All right, I'm on the back nine of the 2020 St. Patrick's Day tournament. I'm in the weekend round of the Ricky division, and didn't pick up any of the par fours. It wasn't anybody's fault but my own. Didn't hit perfect. Got to hit perfect going in. What is hole number one? Hole number one is Drew Moore Links. And I have a really good shot, even though I've got lower developed clubs here. I have a really good shot on this hole if I can catch it perfect. And I didn't catch this one perfect on the front either, but if I can catch this hole perfect, I got a serious look at it. I've got the speed absolutely perfect, and all it takes is hitting a perfect shot into the hole, and it is in the cup. Let's see, I got B52 is what I'm going to take. I'm taking a Navigator. Every ball has a purpose. The Navigator is, I find that the Navigator, the only time I ever really play with a Navigator is in tournaments. There's those par threes that you can come in with a one side spin ball and you can cut the wind down a little bit and it'll help you out if you have mortar balls. Now, if you've got the inventory and you've got a bunch of one power low wind balls, then more power to you. It's 1.4 per ring. I'm going to do some quick math on my calculator as soon as hopefully I go first. I go first. 3 point equals divided by 1.4. It's 3.21 rings. One backspin and all the side spin. .21 rings. Just need to hit it perfect. Did I catch it? Perfect. Just a little on the inside, just a little bit of an overpull. But my distance is perfect. That's the thing about having low level, because I was on the phone the other night with Dale Appleby. He had a slight cough. He came back from vacation, had a slight cough, and his company told him, go home. You're on 14-day self-imposed quarantine because you have a little bit of cough. I've talked to him and I've seen him streaming since, and he's fine. He just has the problem is it's allergy season. And so shit's going on and people are going to have coughs. They're going to have sneezes. And I was talking to him we were talking about clubs. And one of the things that we see a lot of players do is if you've got lower developed clubs, they discount or they don't get ball guide. So they've got a lower developed club and they move that. Like if you were watching that shot setup, you're thinking, wow, you're way the heck off of that. And then when I took the shot, look at how close, as far as distance wise, it was perfect. Because if you had 4-4 ball guide, your tail's going to lead you all the way to the hole. So you can guide it right to the cup. But if you've got 3-2 ball guide, you're not going to get that look. If you got that look at 3-2, then why would they have 4-4? So you have to, that's when I say that when you've got lower developed clubs, your number one thing that you're missing is ball guide. And then secondly, accuracy. Ball guide is super important because you can walk that ball right to the cup. And if you don't have it, you can't get right up on the cup because the ball is going to continue to roll forward. You got to anticipate how it's going to work coming forward. So if you've got clubs like that have lower ball guide, you have to anticipate where that ball is going to roll out. And that's why, when you see those levels on your clubs and you're upgrading your clubs and you see a level, if you're looking on Golf Clash Notebook and you see like level 5 on that club, all of a sudden you get a bump from 3-2 to 4-1 ball guide. That is huge. Huge. All right, hole number 11. Hole number 11. Come on. Hole number 11 is Drew Moore Links, hole number 8. Just get a glance at it. All right, this is the iffy hole. And it's iffy because I don't have the top spin. I would rather take this shot with 6 top spin with no overpower, take the wind completely out, but I don't have an extra mile 8 to get me that top spin. And really, the Firefly is the club I want to bring. The Firefly's distance is 37 with 4-1 ball guide, and ball guide's so important. And I'm right there at the cusp as far as distance. And so I could bring out a bigger hitting club, but I'm sacrificing a bunch of ball guide, and I barely have a window if I can get over. But I am going to switch this out for a thorn because if I do get in a spot where I have to hit it with my short iron, I want a short iron that's got backspin. And it's not going to come down to this, but I'm going to bring a more accurate club. If for some reason, if I have to use my wood, I have bigger problems than the fact that I have to use my wood. And it's not going to come down to my long iron either. Yeah, I don't really care. I'm going to hit this shot. It is extra mile and either my thorn or my Firefly. If I can get an inkling of more distance down there, which it's going to be hard to get an inkling of more distance, I'd be a little more in my Firefly. I have to engage a little bit of topspin. But that 4-1 ball guide helps me. And my Firefly, let me look at my Firefly here. I think it's 2.0 per ring, but I think it got upgraded, and I just want to make sure here. Yeah, it is 2.0 per ring. And my thorn, here's my thorn. So if I'm in minimum thorn, it's going to be at 4 per ring. All right. I'm not doing any special wind adjustment on the shot to the cup. So it's one shot at a time. If I end up in the right spot, I'm not going to have to add on anything to the wind going into the cup. It's just a straight up shot. A little bit bigger wind than in the front. So the wind's going to push me forward from there 3-7. So it's going to push me forward somewhere in that neighborhood. No overpower. I'll let the wind do the work for me. Isn't it perfect? I'm trying to pick up, I only had 4.5 topspin, so I'm trying to pick up 1.5 topspin. I'm trying to get that done with that wind. Just barely out there. Just barely. I had a 2.6, 2.7 wind on the front, and I think I put just a smidgen of overpower. I was rubbing up against the nubs, and with the 3-7, I decided not to rub up against the nubs. And the goal there was just to get onto that fairway pad and not press the issue. But that's definitely going to probably not give me a window with my Firefly. I'm definitely going to be hitting this with my thorn. So minimum thorn is 2.0 per ring. And I hit my short irons 100% more accurate when they're at minimum club. So it's 4.0 per ring. And just a straight up. So it's 3.2 divided by 4.0. It's 0.8 of a ring. I am right there. So I'd have very little. I don't know if I have enough. Do I have enough backspin? I do. I want to terminate right at the cup. So it's 0.8 of a ring. Now let's see if I can hit a perfect shot today. I haven't. Let's see if I can hit one perfect. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Finally getting one of the par fours. Jesus. Only took 60 tries. And that was barely in there. It was a little, a half an inch higher on that pole, and it would have bounced out of the back. That's ball guide right there. Not being able to see where it's at and just trying to anticipate where it's going to go. I get people all the time that give me crap about the way I adjust my short irons, and I'll tell you, I've been playing this game for game's been out for 3 years, over 3 years now, 3 years and a month, and I've been playing. I started. It came out in February, March, right there in 2017. So I got March, April, May. I've been playing it for 2.5, 3 months after the game came out, and I've been playing my short irons at whatever their max number is, based on their accuracy, and then mid at 75% more accurate. So whatever their base number is times 1.75 is my mid number, and I times the max number times 2 is what my rings are for my short iron. And I've been playing that way for a long time, and I have a lot of success with my short irons if I hit perfect. I know the app, and that's one of the reasons why I don't use the app, because there's some of those clubs that I know for a fact that if I hit this club like this, it's going to go in. And I used the app and I used their numbers, and I was like, gave it the honest college try, and I forced myself to use their numbers, and I missed some shots that were like, I know if I would have used my number, that would have went in. All right, well, that was hole number 5. Hole number 4 is Glen Monarch hole number 1, and this is the hole we're having the pain in the butt time with because of the wind. I'm using a sniper and a katana. Sniper and a katana. And I'm going to make sure that in one of my bags I have a Guardian, just in case if the wind is really high, I'm just going to go right in front of it, and I'm going to backspin it as much as I can and try and stick it on the green. No, I can't do that. You won't develop your clubs if you don't open chest. That's just the rule. I didn't make the rules. That's just how they are. People talk, well, you're just buying clubs. Hey, all right. Okay. You got it. You got it. There's a farming aspect in every one of these app games. There's some type of farming aspect, and the farming aspect in here is opening up chests to farm club cards. You can call it whatever you want: collecting club cards, accumulating club cards. This is not the whole. Oh, all right. This is not the hole that I was anticipating. That's because I didn't go look. Wasn't paying attention and ended up I've screwed myself. I was thinking I was on the par 3. What was I thinking? 2-9. Hit it one ring great on the inside. That might be problematic. Just enough room. Now I'm going to have a problem here because I've got a Guardian instead of a big dog, and my Guardian doesn't have a lot of topspin on it, so I'll just have to scramble. The whole goal on this hole is to get an eagle. With this account, I can't put myself in the best spot. I could put myself in a better spot if I did that drive like my opponent with an extra mile. The problem with an extra mile is that it has the topspin you're looking for to get way up there, but you've got to be able to control that topspin. And I find that in order to keep it on there, a lot of times I have to put on backspin, and then I'm not any farther out than I would be. You can get it out there farther with the extra mile. But I see a lot of people hit this shot where they actually overdrive it and they end up in the rough up here, or they bleed out. And I think my opponent nailed it. Excellent. Nice shot. And that's the first person all week that I've seen that's used the extra mile that's nailed it like that and didn't overshoot it. My Guardian hits 1.7 per ring. So there's 3, 4. It's 2 rings. How much curl I got? Not a whole lot. And I hit it great on the left-hand side on purpose because I didn't have a lot of curls, and I wanted to make sure I didn't end up in that rough over there with not enough curl because I knew I had to curl it around. This is the type of shot right here that is the killer for low-level accounts. This is no gimme when you have low-level accounts. I do have the club of choice for this type of shot, which is a Firefly. And there's a lot of, I shot a video here last week in between tournaments about clubs, like choosing clubs. And the whole point of that video was you have to choose clubs instead of choosing clubs based off what the community's telling you, the community's telling you to do with clubs. You have to pick clubs for how you want to play the game. And so, like, wedge is being a prime example. You know, people talk about, especially when you got upper developed wedges, the big debate about Imbringer or Rapier. Over 90% of my shots are from right here. This is the place where your wedge is going to live. This is the spot that most wedge shots are going to be from, is right off the green. And would you rather be doing a bounce shot where you have to really account for the wind, or would you rather be doing a shot where you're being able I have to adjust for the wind there. But I've moved the ball guide closer to me so I'm more accurate and I have less wind. Getting it perfect. And you can run it up there. So my accounting for the wind was I count from the flagpole to the edge of the cup. It's 4 miles per hour, and that was a 2.8 wind. So that was about half a cup. So I moved over half a cup to account for the wind. I hit it perfect, and I hit the flagpole. So I know just from thousands of times taking that shot that's the deal. Because the rings it's hard to do ring adjustments when you're that close. So, I mean, you can switch gears a little bit. But would you rather take that, or would you rather take one of those shots where you're up there and you got one backspin and you're doing the bounce so that your first bounce is so far in front of you that now you really have to start accounting for the wind. The wind's not going to affect it just half of a cup. And I would rather take most of those wedge shots where I'm close up and I can run it out with the topspin. And I find that the mass majority of the times that I use my wedge are from that distance. So I want topspin. But I also want a club that's got a little bit of backspin. So if I have to do the other shot, I can. And the deal is that, like with an Imbringer, you can't do that. You can't do the topspin shot, not until it gets to level 7. And so I will never have an Imbringer in my bag until it gets to level 7 or level 8. And by that point, I'll have my Rapier maxed out, and it'll really have to get to level 8 before I will move off of it. But the Imbringer hits like the Spitfire. It has these high bounces, and that's not good. How am I not having power? Why did it tell me I had 15% when I have 100%? What was that? Oh, on my earpiece. All right. Okay. I was like, what the heck is going on here? Hole number. I've got all kinds of crap going on. I don't even realize what's going on here. Hole number 13. And now we're on this freaking hole. All right. Dummy. All right. So getting it done with the Guardian, even though I picked the wrong stuff in my bag, looking at the wrong damn hole. Sniper, Guardian, Katana. Yeah, gotta open up a chest. Can't save myself any gems there, so I'll just open up one. All right, here we go. Now we're on the par 3. So it's 1.1 times. Let's see what the wind is. Let's see if I go first. I'll punch these numbers in real quick. I go first. 2.9 divided by 1.2. It's 2.65 rings. 2.65. What's up, baby? You're a crappy babysitter. 2.65. Am I a crappy babysitter? Was he crying? No, he did wake me up from my nap. Oh. I think I've hit like one shot perfect into this hole all week. And that'll be right off the edge of the cup. Once again, perfect. You're in the hole. My wife bitching at me because I didn't wake her up from her Sunday afternoon nap. The normal way to come at that is we go straight at it with no side spinning, and you're right at the cup. But the way the wind's blowing this week has been problematic. All right. What's our next hole? What freaking hole are we on? Hole number 14. I'm going to have to do some separation here in my notes. I'm looking at my 77 account's notes, and I'm just trying to extrapolate what I'm doing in this account. So I'm trying to remember what damn hole we're on. The next hole was the heartbreaker in my 77 account. I hit the freaking pole. I had really good speed. It rolled flat. Let me turn my earpiece off. Turn my earpiece off so that'll quit flashing up there. We'll forfeit. All right, we're on this par 4 here, and I'm using an extra mile. Extra mile. Extra mile, and I'm coming in with my Kingfisher. And I'm bringing a Kingmaker to cut the wind down. I'm not even going to look at the hole. I don't even want to know. I know this is the hole. I've been wrong every other time this week. I might as well chance it. We're doing a plus 10%, and I'm in my Kingfisher. If I can get into the right spot. My Kingfisher, it's 2.1, somewhere in that neighborhood. 2.4 if I'm in min. And this is the right hole. This is the hole. I worked on this hole at the beginning of the week in my 77 account. You can get on in one. It was inconsistent. I tried it from both sides, and it is possible to get up there and get on in one. I tried it with several different balls. We used to be able to come at it from the left. The left was the preferred way if you were going to try and get on in one because you didn't have to contend with the sand trap. that's right there to the right, this sand trap. You didn't have to contend with that. But they planted some trees right by the tee box on the right hand side, and those trees are now blocking the max overpower hook shot that was there. Be 2 rings off, max side spin, no more than 1 top spin. Taking the wind out. I'm going to do a little extra, so I'm going to do a full ring, 2 ring pull. That's 4-2. Just try and hit it perfect. Hitting it perfect, which is better than the 2 rings great to the left I hit it last time. No more than 1. You could put 1 and an inkling of topspin on there, but you start flirting with that rough, and I can tell you right now that it's better to be in the fairway where I'm at than in the rough right here. I mean, I have a little bit of room right there, but it's the difference in the shot setup from where I'm at to where I could get if I put a little bit more topspin on there. It's not worth risking getting in that rough. Okay, I'm doing a 10% wind adjustment, so it's 10% times whatever this is divided by. First, where am I at in my club? I'm right at minimum, so it's 2.5 divided by 2.4 is 1.14 of a ring. Okay, 1.14 of a ring. 1 and a sliver. I'm going to run out of time. Hitting it perfect. Give myself a look. Get in the hole. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there. Picking it up a little on the back. Hitting some perfect shots on these. The shot setups on these par 4s that we've had all week long, I've played these par 4s forever and a day, and I know these shots. If you hit perfect, you're in the cup. You make a great wind adjustment, but you got to know your club numbers. You got to know your club. Think about all the stuff that it takes to get all that stuff right. You got to know your club numbers. You got to know where you're at in your club. You got to bring the right ball. You got to bring the right club. You got to make a good wind adjustment, and you got to hit perfect. I mean, you got to have all that shit go right in order to have any shot at it. All right, hole number 15. What do we got for hole number 15? Par 5. Drew Moore Links hole number 6. This is the last of the Drew Moore Links holes. Just want to get a visual on this. All right, I'm not trying to get greedy here. I am going for eagle, and I'm not trying to put myself in some prime spot, because even with these clubs, even if I was in the prime spot, it's not the prime spot. I mean, there is no prime spot with these clubs. I'm going to bring a Titan because I'm not trying to go for it. It's not, the wind adjustment's not going to be the issue here. Save myself a gem. Bam, bam, bam. Another one rolling. All right, just trying to get an eagle here. That's my goal. If it sounds like I'm chain smoking when you guys are watching my videos, the cigarettes I smoke, if you're not smoking, they put themselves out almost instantly. They cost a little bit more, but I smoke less of them because they put themselves out when you're not smoking. I'm going to go right down through the middle. 4-4. It's about 2 rings and a titch. Smidget. I'm not trying to get greedy here and put that power back on it. I'm just trying to hit it straight forward. Hitting it perfect. Just trying to weave myself through the center and get myself out there so I'm in my big dog range. And yes, there is a rough bump you can do out here. And no, I tried it at the beginning of the week and I don't like that type of rough bump. It's a great rough bump. I've got teammates that are using that rough bump that are rough bump. Kyle is the rough bump. I mean, if there's a rough bump that you can do, he's all over that rough bump. And you'll have a hard time moving him off of that rough bump. And he's willing to take the risk on it. It's the risk versus reward. If I hit perfect every time, I'd probably be more risky like that, but I don't hit perfect all the time. So I want to set my shot up so that I can, and I'm not trying to get greedy on this hole. This hole is an eagle hole. That right there would kill this account because I don't care if you have a Spitfire, you're not getting on from there. I'm going to come back just a little. 4.0, it's 2.5 per ring, so there's 2.5, that leaves me 1.5. There's 5.15. Somewhere in that neighborhood. I'm going to put some curl on it to bring it back over to the cup. Hitting it perfect. Woo! Look at that. That is absolute pure D luck right there, boys and girls. Yes, sir. I will tell you that was 99% luck and 1% skill. That shot is 100% set up just to get me up there so that I can make my putt and get an eagle. And trying to get the and getting an Albie. I haven't got an Albie all week, so my hopes of getting an Albie were 0 to none. And I hardly ever got, I think I've had like 2 tournament weeks where I haven't had an Albie all week. And getting my first Albie on a shot like that was absolutely pure D luck right there, folks. So if you can't be good, be lucky. That's the motto on that deal. That's what I'm talking about right there. getting me up a few. So we're coming into the last 3. That is a huge boost. So where are we at coming into the last 3? So we've got a eagle, which I need to pick this eagle up on this hole. Eagle, hole in one, birdie or eagle shot. So I could ended up eagle. But it's all about this next hole. So that was fantastic. I mean, I could take that shot 100 times and not be able to replicate that with the curl and all of the stuff that's in there. It's just that shot is not about getting Albie. That shot's about getting up there, getting myself on the green, making my short putt, get my eagle, and move on down the road. And to pick up an Albie like that, that is fantastic. Let's see how many people in this bracket have played. This is a bracket that came out like the second the tournament came out. There's somebody there with a 15. I think most of the people in this bracket have played. So there's the people in the bottom 10 haven't finished their rounds, moving up through the scales. Got a couple people down there. So pretty much whatever we see up here at the top is what we're looking at the top. There may be somebody that bounces up there, but as I move up through the scales, we're going to be seeing pretty much where everybody's at. All right, 16. What is 16? 16 is... I cannot believe that I got an Albie on that hole. Can't be good, be lucky. That is the motto. All right, extra mile. I'm not going to need my sniper, but I'm going to bring my sniper just in case. It's extra mile Kingfisher. That's the combo here. And I'm bringing a Kingmaker to drop the wind down. That's the combo of clubs, extra mile Kingmaker or Kingfisher. If I have to bring out any other club other than those, epic failed. So if I have to bring my putter out, I epic failed. All right, here we go. Just need to hit this shot into the cup perfect. And I'm in the hole. Woo! Cannot believe that. Got my Albie for the week. I was there. It's been probably 8 or 9 months ago. I had a tournament where I did not catch an Albie, and I hit an Albie for like a year and a half straight. Sometime in the tournament, I got my hole in one off in my 77 account. The very first hole in my qualifying round, I tapped in a hole in one. Got my hole in one out of the way. I'm not sure that I've ever gone to a tournament where I didn't get a hole in one during the tournament. Maybe one long time ago, but the Albie is always the deal. We just had the Community Cup, so the Albies in the Community Cup were falling all over the place. In my weekend round, I had 4 Albies in the weekend round. In the first Community Cup, I Albied the first 3 holes, and then fell flat on the back 9. I think I hit 1 Albie on the back 9. I think 4 is probably the most that I've hit in a round, somewhere in that neighborhood. All right, one shot at a time here. Move over just so I can get a little bit more distance. And I'm adding on 10%, so that's going to be 3.6. That's 2.0 per ring, or 2.1 per ring. So there's 2.1, there's 3.6. That was 3.6 exactly. Getting it perfect. Just trying to feed myself up there to get into my Kingfisher range. All right, this shot is minus 10% to the cup. So it's 0.9 times whatever the wind is. And then my Kingfisher at minimum club hits 2.2, 2.4 per ring. We're going against a little bit of a headwind here, so it's laying the ball down. And I never trust it when the ball guide comes out like that, and where they're at right there, if they hit that perfect, they have a huge risk of it ending up short. And they're freaking out right now. And this is going to be a problem because of not just the game itself, but because the mass majority of people, I live in the United States, the mass majority of the people in the United States are at home. So everybody's using Netflix and everybody's on their computer and everybody's doing stuff. And so we're going to have a lot of disconnect issues and a lot of lag issues. That's why I got up this morning and I tried to play my odd account or my 77 account really early before any of my neighbors got up. That was part of the problem is I got up and I hadn't even had any coffee yet and I started playing. Ooh! Okay, it's 3.9 equals divided by 2.4. It's 1.5 rings. Put on 2. It's 1.5 rings. Hitting it perfect. Get in the hole. Get in the hole. Oh, you rat bastard. I was having that same issue. I should have put a little bit more backspin on it. You can't trust that ball guide when that tail flattens out there going forward. I have an upper developed Hornet in my 77 account, and now where that tail flattens out and you can see the ball guide leading up to the cup, I was putting on enough backspin to get me to that spot and putting about half the tail in the cup, and it was ending up short. And that was just me. That was shot setup. That was nobody's fault but my own. Nobody's fault but my own. I think I have enough time for the last 2 holes. Maybe. If the video just ends all of a sudden at 56, 57 minutes. Thanks for watching. If anybody's watching and you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to the channel. I'm over 600. I'm like 624 viewers, trying to get to 1,000 so that I can mobile stream. I have been working on setting up so that I can just do a normal stream off my computer. But I play out in my backyard, around the front porch, or out in the garage, or I play in different spots, and I'm not always in my office. And I want to be able to mobile stream because I'm out and about. All right. Looks like we could work our way into banner range if I can execute on these last holes. So I'm not even going to look at this hole. I know what I'm doing here. I'm doing Dale Appleby shot. Do I have a Goliath? I have a Goliath. Bring in a Kingmaker. Not the King of Balls, but close to it. I think the Kingmaker and the Katana had some fun one night, and they produced the Titan, the King of Balls. Okay, I'm doing +3. I'm going to where the ball says +3. I'm hitting 4 top spin, 3 left-hand side spin. I'm not doing any special wind adjustment here. Let me look at my wind adjustment here. It's 2.3. 2.3, okay. I got that. So it's whatever the wind is divided by 2.3 per ring with nothing special on it. I go first. 2.6 divided by 2.3. So 1.3 rings. Going to where it says +3. 4 top spin, 3 side spin. And I'm adjusting it out so that it's going straight at the cup. And I'm doing 1.13 rings. I'm just trying to hit it perfect. I'm getting some lag. Oh, shit. Hit it great. Got some serious lag right there. My wife got up and knows I'm out here playing, and she got on her device. I think I might have a 28 round going in this account, which is not where I wanted to be. I wanted to be at 30, but I can't expect to be at 30 if I keep missing these par 4s. So rolling over the cup on the last hole did not do me any favors, and missing 2 of the par 4s on the front did not do me any favors. And I still got hole 9, and hole 9 is no walk in the park. I know how to play hole 9. I got that shot, but you've got to execute. Isn't it perfect? Wish I'd have hit the drive shot, or the shot going in perfect. Would have had a much better look at it. Need to get the eagle on hole number 9 though. That's a fact. Got enough time here on this? I do. We'll forfeit this real quick. I'm not even going to go look at hole number 9, hole number 18. I know what that hole is, and it's definitely one shot at a time. And if you don't execute on the drive, you have no shot. And if I don't execute on the drive, I'm going to chip right to the spot that I was trying to hit on the drive, and I'm not going to dick around with a totally different shot setup. I'm just going to do the deal. So I have a shot here at a silver banner, which would be the first banner in this account. So let's see if we can get it up there. Normally I'm pretty nonchalant when I get in the weekend round with this account. I don't practice a lot in this account. I usually qualify it really early on Monday to demo holes for everybody and just try and get it in. I used to not play this account. I would only play this account in the qualifying round, and even then, but I have a lot of viewers that have lower developed clubs, and I wanted to at least show you that it was possible to get the minimum score. And so normally in this account, I'm just like looking for minimum score. If I can shoot the minimum score in this account, that's the goal. Okay, there's the thing. I got the ball. All right, here we go. It's all about drive. If I execute on the drive, I got an eagle in the bag. If I don't execute on the drive, I got a birdie in the bag. And I am not going to put my birdie at risk by ending up like the mass majority of players that play this game, where they go from the rough to the rough, from the sand to the sand. If you end up in the rough, you've got to get back in the fairway. The best clubs in your bag are the top 4 clubs in your bag. And if you're not in those top 4 clubs, you're not doing yourself any favors. You have to take a deep breath. Don't be a hero. What's the wind? 3-1. So I got to tighten. And with 3-1 wind, it's max topspin. And I'm trying to get over to that area right there. With a 3-1 wind, I'm going to be right off the tip of the sand with my ball guide when it's fully extended. Hitting it perfect. Just trying to get into a rhythm. And all I needed to do is clip that fairway. Perfect. Perfect. And yes, it would have rolled forward just a little bit more. I had enough room. If I'd have put on a little bit more topspin, I would have been up there and it probably would have stuck. And you can play that different. Some people play it by adjusting out some of the overpower, and some people adjust it with the topspin. I just know from playing this hole a lot that if the wind, well, I'd actually put max topspin on. If the wind is in the 3s, like 3-5 or less, you got to put max topspin on. 4.5. If you got a bigger extra mile, it's really 4.5. If the wind is above 3.5, you're more towards the 4. If you're over 4, it's more towards 3.5. And that's excellent. Nice shot. As long as you can get to that fairway pad, you've got a shot of the max overpower hook. And I'm going to put on about 2.5, 2 3/4. I'm going to go right at it. I'm going to go just a little on the inside. And that's right at about 2 rings. That's 4-2 is 2 rings. And I got every bit of that. Now this is the worry right here, is all about trajectory. I'm going to be a little high on the cup. And I'll have to chip it down to it. All right, not bad. Potentially getting my the first banner for my 99 account. If I tried harder in this count, I've had several tournaments where I was right there. Like if you look at my qualifying and my opening round scores, as far as where it's at, if I just duplicated those, I would have been in banner several tournaments where I could have won with this account. But usually by the time I get to playing this account on the weekend, I am fried. You want that tail sticking out of that hole. Hit it great to the left. In the hole. Eagle. I think there was only one time this whole week that I didn't get an eagle on that hole, and it was in my 77 account in the opening round. And it wasn't because of the max overpower hook, it was because I tanked the drive. I hit it like 3 or 4 rings great to the left, and you can't do that. The shot that I have set up out there, you can hit a couple rings great to the left or the right and potentially still be out there. And there is a little bit of room for error. It's not right there on the edge, but if you start hitting 3 rings, you're in the brown stuff. Let's see if they can get in the hole. Get in the hole. Come on, I'm going to give them the get in the hole. They're not going to get in the hole with a 2 ring great to the right, but how much time we got here? Got a couple minutes. Good luck in the tournament. All right. Not the minus 30 that I was looking for, and that's only because I missed those par 4s. It has nothing to do. This account was very capable of shooting a minus 30. If you've watched all the holes up to this, it's not about the clubs. It was about it's not the club's fault. It's not the course's fault. It's not my opponent's fault. It's I didn't execute by hitting perfect. I had the shot set up right, and they just missed off. And it was basically the front, hitting, not getting the eagle right here, not getting the eagle right here, not getting the eagle right here. Those are 3 shots. That's at minus 31. And those shots killed the round, not executing on those par 4s. But a minus 28 is a decent score. And it's obviously better than 98 other people that were in this bracket. There are still a few people down here at the bottom that can come up and supplant me, but it looks like I may end up with a banner. 15, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. That's a 24 track. And they're on a lower than 24 track. And they're on a pretty good track. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I think I got them. I got them as well. I got them. And them, and them, and them, and them. So we still have about 5 people down here at the bottom that could smack it up, and a person that hasn't started yet. So there's still a little bit of room, but I'm pretty sure that if there's any movement up at the top, it's probably only going to be 1 spot. And so coming in with a 28, not a bad round. Had great opportunities in this to win, but not too bad. At least it's a consolation prize from my round that I shot with my 77 account. It looked like a good solid top 10. I was in 5th when I left, but it'll probably be a good solid top 10, maybe a top 5. And potentially getting a silver banner, not too shabby. Pretty good tournament. Hopefully everybody had a great tournament, and I have a few. I probably don't have enough time. I just want to thank everybody, and I want everybody to be safe out there. I know we're in the middle of a pandemic, and I want everybody to stay safe. Right now, it doesn't seem real for a lot of people because you may not have family members that are sick. But looking at the World Health Organization, last Monday, there was 100,000 people worldwide, and today there's over 330,000. So in less than a week, we've tripled how many people have it. And so it's going to be where it's not going to be the case where you don't know somebody or have a family member who has it. It's going to, and then people who get it early are going to have resources. But as more people get it, we're already running out of resources as far as with the hospital. So be safe out there. And let's be nice to our community this week when we're seeing people out there with the wins and stuff. Let's try and be a better community and congratulate every single person you see that's got a banner. And I thank you for watching, and I thank you for subscribing, and everybody stay safe. Thanks for watching.